Chris Walkworth, Big Angie fan. Okay, I've arrived at the last song of the brilliant, brilliant album Secret of the Soul. And this is one that had been teased, so I have heard part of it. But this is the song that has the most people saying it's their favorite. And based on the title and based on what I heard from the tease, yeah, there's a good chance that I'll get emotional on this one. But I'm excited for this. Let's go.
My tears stirred into an endless sea, and somehow your face was all I could see. A fire rose from the hurt inside.
Yeah, lower
You are the reason I couldn't hide. You lived without even saying goodbye. No promise, no reason, not even a try. You once said I'll always stay, but your silence just pushed me away. I never hurt you, never walked away. I stood by you day after day. So why'd you turn and let me fall when I gave?
Okay, I have to stop it at some point. Angelina Jordan. One of the most frustrating things for me in doing these reactions is my lack of ability to articulate what it is that's special about her, because I really feel that this is not just this, subjective thing that I'm reacting to her in this way. I think that there is this musical genius about her that manifests itself, and which is why people react the way that they do. But it's just really hard to exactly pinpoint what it is. I mean, here we're hearing this beautiful lower register, these sustained notes, the fitting, the singing and phrasing fitting with the words she's saying. All that is true, but there's something more on top of that, which just makes her, the most exceptional artist that I can think of that I've ever heard. All right, I'm gonna move it back a little bit, and I apologize for not being able to explain to you why she is so great, but I do have this strong feeling that it's not just me being subjective and just subjectively liking her, and that's all it is. I think it's more than that. I'm sure that it's more than that. Okay. Back a little bit more.
Day after day. So why'd you turn and let me fall when I gave you every part of it all? Now I'm left with memories and pain, with kisses that won't come back again. My heart keeps crying out to you, come back or tell me we're through. Ooh.
that's different. I haven't heard that in other
Come
songs.
back,
The backing.
oh,
Is
tell
that
me
her?
we're through.
Wait, I gotta hear this last part again.
Kisses that won't come back again. My heart keeps crying out to you. Come back or tell me we're through.
I'm guessing that's
Come
Angelina.
back or tell me we're through.
Well, one thing is that's way, way too short. Okay, so that was the last song of the album, so I can just say a few things summing up the album that are going to sound really subjective. But, okay, there's these reactors. They're called Throga. These two guys, they just did a recent part one of a reaction to the album. They did the first 6 songs, and I had worried that they might not like it that much because of its kind of, it's not super produced and, too much of a vintage feel. But anyway, they just loved it. And what I'm going to say now kind of echoes some of the things that they said, is that the point of this is not that it has a vintage sound. Yes, it has a vintage sound, but that's because that is what really speaks to Angelina Jordan. But what makes it good is not its vintage sound, but it's how she takes that vintage sound and makes it a timeless sound. She transcends genres and eras of music. You can point to all these, jazz influences, 50s and 60s stuff, but that's just kind of a foundation that she builds upon. And when she builds upon it, she produces something that is totally unique. And that's why, from all that I've heard now, I really don't have any fear of, like, in the future she does these, dramatic left turns and puts out an album of like all rap songs or something. It's going to have that unique Angelina Jordan genius of taking what is essential and timeless in the music that is not genre specific about the music. I wish I could say this better. But anyway, yes, another great song that for whatever reason I didn't cry about this time. I know people are entertained when I cry, but I'm not going to force it or anything. But the fact that I didn't cry doesn't mean that I wasn't deeply moved. And I urge you to not just stream this, buy it from Amazon, buy it from iTunes, and leave a review. Leave a review of it. Okay, that's all I have. Chris Walker, Big Angie Fan Channel, here in beautiful Hawaii. Aloha.